you can expect energetically in the world over the next 1 to 3 days or so. Well, I'm here to help you with that, my friend. Gublewan, everyone. I'm Aurea Eden. Gublewan is my way to greet. It means good, blessed, and wonderful. This is Daily Energy with daily predictions, your news before the news. So today's energy is about bringing everything to a completion, to a whole, sometimes to an end and to a stop. Everything comes to a head, so to speak. Since it's the end of a month, it's going to be all the energies that we've experienced throughout the month, all in one cluster of a mess, a hot mess. And this energy is going to be overall about humanitarianism. It's going to be about support. You're going to come across, some of you are going to come across someone in need. It's going to highlight homelessness. It's going to highlight the certain needs and such as security and food and stuff like that. These are subjects that are coming up. That's going to come up. You're going to see talk about leadership. Over the last few days, you've already probably heard talk about the Nobel Peace Prize and stuff like that. These are subjects that's going to come up. But the energy today is also going to be fast paced. It's going to have a lot to do with speed. Okay. High speed. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of activity. This is a day that's going to require you to do, or you're not going to be able to sleep later at night. Some of you. Okay. Now I want to say that I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a legal professional of any sort, nor am I a financial advisor. Okay, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. But if you know like I know, then you know. Okay? All right. So speed. Okay. So traffic jams as well. Wrecks. I'm picking up on wrecks. I'm picking up on something coming in about Morse code. I feel like there is a situation to where it could be a military personnel, or it could be like a hiker. Somebody's lost and they're trying to be found, and they're using Morse code on a alternate platform. They might be using their mobile phone and tapping it into something else. But I'm seeing someone using Morse code and they're trying to get someone's attention. Also significant today is the number 4. This could be something coming up about the number 4. 4 is the number for organization, structure, strategy. But it's also I feel like it could be something significant about 4 people. Okay, here, 4 bodies possibly being found here. I'm also picking up something coming in about it's going to be UFO sightings and unusual things happening today. And this is what I'm picking up that we will hear on the news over the next 1 or 3 days or so. Of course, we know that we have certain court cases coming up today. I see shock and surprise. I see shock and surprise, and that's all I can say. Shock and surprise. Things don't go the way that I believe many people expect them to here. I'm also picking up, we're going to hear news about Mother Sister. This is Queen Bee Beyonce, okay? I know that there's already been something in the news, but I see something coming up about that. I'm also seeing something coming up about diets, okay? Diets, health will be coming up as well. Like I said, it's humanitarian energy. So they're going to be talking about nutrition in Gaza, nutrition in other places. Like, how can we get aid to these places? Because I am picking up on, like, there's been strikes and all of this stuff. But look, you ain't seen nothing yet. They're just revving up. They're just getting started. Anybody that say that they're going to stop, they're lying. because I've seen the future and there's no cease fire of no kind. It might be temporary, but believe they will start back up, okay? I'm telling you what I know. That's why over the last few days, you have been encouraged to store up some food, and you have been encouraged to make some kind of preparations, put your security up in all of this. I have been seeing here. Come together. I'm seeing a lot of coming together, congregations, conventions. We're going to see that in the news over the next 1 to 3 days or so. I'm more specifically picking up about like rallies and protests, Congress meetings. We're going to see public announcements and coming in. And I'm also, I told you yesterday, I've been picking up a lot on bars and drinking and stuff like that. So energetically, that's in the energy. And with rec energy, we're talking about DUIs, drunk driving. We're going to see celebrity news about DUIs and drunk driving. We're also going to see celebrity news coming in about transitions into the spirit, because this energy transitions in the spirit, mass transitions in the spirit. That's why you're over the next 1 to 3 days will likely see mass shootings, airplanes falling from the sky, boat wreckages, bodies being found. This is what the energy is bringing. It's also coming in and it's telling me about a story about somebody being stabbed. It's telling me about someone that is being SA'd here, and it's giving me male energy, if you know what I mean. Okay. And this could have something to do, like I said, if you are an authority and you are watching me, I would say, pay attention to these prisons. Put your security on high. Okay. High alert. I'm talking about high alert over the next 1 to 3 days or so. Matter of fact, high alert all week, because mass shootings, mass bombings, I'm seeing like explosions, fires, that everything that you can think about, robberies, everything that you can think about that could go wrong over the next few days or so could likely go wrong. And so it will affect not just us here in the US of A, but across the board, worldwide is what I'm picking up on. Okay, so everyone be on alert. If you see something, if you see a bag, because I'm seeing something being like a bomb being detonated. So if you see a bag that's out by itself, contact the authorities immediately. Okay, because and because there's a lot of rallies and there's a lot of people going to be out and about in the streets over the next 1 to 3 days. These are target areas. Anywhere where there's a lot of people that congregate is going to be targeted, is what I feel like. Okay. So that's what I'm picking up on. So a lot coming up about, scenes. I feel like this is crime scenes and backdrops and this could have something to do with, like I said, a stage backdrop. But I'm picking up on something about backdrop. Okay, I'm also picking up something about the marketplace. Like I said, anywhere where people meet is going to be like a high targeted area. Okay. And so marketplace, we'll also see something coming up about marketplace. This could be Facebook. Okay. I might hear something in the news over the next 1 to 3 days about Facebook. I keep picking up on Rome. Okay. Over the next 1 to 3 days or so. So right now, we are going to be encouraged on an individual level and a worldwide scale to prioritize. Okay, we're going to be encouraged to prioritize and be sincere about what it is that we need to do and we want to do. But at the same time, I see a lot of vengeful people. I see a lot of vengeful people trying to get revenge, more specifically on a domestic level. it comes to a head. That they've been fighting for the last 10 days or so, and all of a sudden now it comes to a head. He's calling her a hoe, and basically she's calling him a hoe, and they going back and forth calling each other names, and on one drunken night he gets drunk and he tries to take her out. On one drunken night she gets drunk and she tries to castrate him. These are the type of scenarios that I'm picking up energetically over the next 1 to 3 days. Things come to a head. Other things that we're going to see highlighted in the news over the next 1 to 3 days or so. We're also going to see more about people claiming that they have been touched, they have been assaulted. We're talking about more information coming forth on the maids and on the Smokey Robinson's case, on the allegations there. And then we're also likely to see something coming in about a celebrity who claims, an actress, by the way, who claims that she has been touched, rubbed her thighs or something like that, touched by a radio personality of some sort. So these are some things that we are likely to hear in the news over the next 1 to 3 days or so. And basically he would say she's overreacting, okay? And she would say, I saw what I saw, I felt what I felt, you did what you did, okay? And so we see that coming up here. I don't know if it's time for Comic-Con because, like I said, I keep picking up on some kind of convention. I keep picking up on something about hair, afro. I feel like there is dividing energy coming in. So I do feel like there is some white, black, brown, purple, blue, Asian, Pacific Islander, and all kinds of stuff concerning division. Okay, that should not be, but yet and still, even though we've been trying to make progress, we're being catapulted backwards instead of forwards. And speaking of catapulting, I'm also picking up on something about propellers. Remember I was telling you about propellers? I feel like there's propeller accidents or someone's stranded at sea, okay? And they could be the ones that's using Morse code. So I'm seeing hikers, hiking incidents, boating incidents, these drowning, floods. I am also picking up on floods. We know that hurricane season is here, and so I'm picking up on flood over the next 1 to 3 days or so. 1 to 3 days or so means sometimes it can stretch out to a week, but typically my predictions happen within 3 days, okay? Unless I tell you otherwise, unless I do this is what you can expect over the next 11 days or so, okay? But otherwise, it's over the next 1 to 3 days or so, okay? So, this is what we're seeing, something coming in about comedians joking, stuff like that, funnies and stuff like that. It could be newspaper funnies that take us back to slavery, something inappropriate. Maybe they're doing blackface, but I am picking up on some inappropriate behavior. I'm picking up on some disrespect, and more specifically, disrespecting of elders. Okay, I feel like there is elder abuse going on, and we'll hear about elder abuse over the next 1 to 3 days or so. There is going to be something highlighted about mothers and grandmothers over the next 1 to 3 days as well. More specifically, I'm seeing feminine issues, women's issues is coming out. Also, there is going to be talk about transgender issues as well. But so we're going to, when it comes down to feminine issues, we're talking about more talk about Planned Parenthood, decisions being made on that, rules, regulations, policies. I see Congress meeting. And so I feel like, policies and stuff like that is going to be tweaked and change the mood of what's going on here. So I'm also seeing something coming in here about tempers, moods, you name it. Okay, like I said, things come to a head, and this day has a tendency to be, like I said, take mass people out. It transpositions people into spirit. So hearts go out to everyone who's lost a loved one. You're likely going to see funerals. You're likely going to see, and I know people say you should do this every day, but no, you're going to see this. You're going to see this like more so. Okay. When I predict something, it's not like a typical normal prediction. It is about what you're going to see energetically. Energy means like I'm the blood on the doorpost, means that if you listen to me and you avoid some of the things that I'm telling you will happen, you will likely see the next day, so to speak. I can't promise that. I can't promise that, but I am the blood on the doorpost. That if you listen to me, and if I say, don't go out to a bar, and you don't go out to a bar, then you are less likely to get into that bar fight that will try to take somebody out. Do you hear what I'm saying? If I say don't go to a mass event and you don't go to a mass event that day, you are likely to be a victim of that mass event. If I say lock your doors and make sure you stay in your house, lock your doors, make sure that you stay in your house, then you're less likely to be affected by some kind of infectious disease that's going to cover the world. Okay, do you understand? I'm the blood on the doorpost. I'm here to keep you safe. Okay? So I can't promise that I can keep everybody safe, but there are certain people that are supposed to listen and are supposed to make it to where they need to make it to. Okay? Follow me here. Okay? So I'm saying this to say, when I talk about the infectious disease, I am talking about like I'm picking up on some kind of disease that's going to be widespread. It might start with an animal like a sheep or something like that. This could be like chicken pox. We're going to hear more about chicken pox. I know I said it the other day, but it's still revving up. Sometimes energy starts to amass before it comes in. And it's just like, like a buildup of pressure. And then when it comes in, it's like whoosh. That's what happened with COVID. It was like a buildup and it was like whoosh. And it's like seemed like things was happening back to back. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. So temper, moods is like a buildup. And then all of a sudden somebody explodes. That's why you should always like be mindful of people. Stop bullying people, because a lot of times people are bullying. And then people reach their breaking points. And then they're like, F it. I don't care, because they don't care about me. So I'm going to hurt them because they what? Because they hurt me. Hurt people. Okay? And so that's what I'm seeing. Hurt people. And I'm also seeing something about somebody being set up and somebody being framed. Okay, set up and framed. Now we know that the other day, some of you may know and some of you may not know that there was like firefighters. They were responding to a fire, and then all of a sudden they were ambushed by a gunman. Okay. So they were set up. Okay. So that's the type of energy that I'm seeing here. People being set up. I'm also seeing people going on journeys, and this is coming in like Muslim. Muslim is high in the energy, and I am getting certain names coming in today, such as Farrakhan. Okay. We're going to hear news over the next 1 to 3 days or so about Farrakhan. News over the next 1 to 3 days about Muhammad. News over the next 1 to 3 days or so about Mecca, Madeline, Aura, Aaron, Roman, Teal, Moore, Salt and Pepper, Spearman. Okay, these are some of the names that I'm seeing coming up in the news over the next 1 to 3 days or so. Okay, so I'm also picking up on surfing incidents. Okay, animal attacks. Okay, high alert for animal attacks today. High alert for animal attacks, animal outings, animal sightings. I told you before there was like stampede, like animals And also it's a time for you to take care of your animals, your elders, your babies, all of these things over the next 1 to 3 days or so. But more specifically for that today, it's a good day to do yard work. Go outside and do what it is that you need to do out there, but make sure you stay hydrated. Okay. But a lot of rare things, rare sighting and stuff like that. It's a good day to spend time with family. Okay. Something's coming up, and I said something about Mother Sister. This could be something about Mother Sister's Songbird. I don't know if it's called Songbird. The song Blackbird. Okay. I don't know the title, but I see that coming up. Something also coming up about an island, and I'm also seeing something coming up about gold. We'll hear in the news over the next 1 or 3 days or so. India is significant. India is coming up in the news over the next 1 to 3 days or so. We're going to see non-mandatory things here. And I feel like it's going to be a pilgrimage of some sort. I kept picking up on some kind of journey. This could be a journey to Mecca, somebody doing their journey to Mecca, something like that. But I'm picking up on Muslim affairs here. I'm seeing secret love affairs as well. That what you do in the dark, it comes to the light. So these secret love affairs could come to the surface here. So I'm picking up on that here. I'm also picking up on something coming up about marriage, the institution of marriage coming in. We'll hear in the news over the next 1 or 3 days or so. Marriage could have something to do with the rules or the laws or the documentations regarding who a marriage it would be actually approved for, something like that, or something coming in about marriage. Okay, this is cheat energy, but it's also support energy as well. So, but we're something about maybe a celebrity marriage coming up here over the next 1 to 3 days or so. Okay. I'm seeing talk about plantations and estates. They might have talk about building that plantation back up in Louisiana, or they might have another plantation burning. But I am picking up on something about plantations here. Also, agriculture is coming in, livestock, crops, and stuff like that take precedence in the news over the next 1 to 3 days. News, you're going to be very busy over the next 1 to 3 days or so, because I see a lot going on. Even the internet is going to be buzzing, okay? The internet is going to be buzzing. It's going to be like a lot of stuff. You turn over here, you're going to hear this. You turn over here, you're going to hear that. That's what I feel like is getting ready to happen here. Okay? I'm also picking up about taxes coming up, tax fees, revenues. We'll see news about that over the next 1 to 3 days. A lot of agitation. Something coming in about foam spray. You'll hear news about foam spray over the next 1 to 3 days or so. I told you there's going to be a flood, right? But I'm also seeing not just a rise in the water. I'm seeing boiling water, so it could be boiling incident. People being boiled here alive and stuff like that. 11:11 on my clock. Here, I'm seeing stuff coming in about shape. People talking about people's appearance, their shape, their form. I'm feeling like I'm also seeing more energy and more talk about construction here. This could be architect stuff. I'm seeing something coming in about flowers here. It's in the energy. Manifestation, making sure you're only focusing on what it is that you want at this time and setting goals for the new month ahead, so that you can attract positive energy. If you are positive, I guarantee you will be attracting positive right now. Okay, you will be attracting that positive. But if you speak negative, you're going to get what you put out. You're going to get back what you put out. So eventually it's going to catch on. I know people say, all I've been getting is negative, negative, negative. Well, my friend, if this has been over the last 9 years or so, then that's it. Next year is going to be a new beginning for you. And so you want to prepare for that new beginning. You claim it, and then you go and, just claim it, okay? Speaking of claim, I've told you that there's some of you, somebody owes you money, and I see, but I feel like you got to claim this money, okay? Some of you have to claim it, because I'm seeing a lot coming up about claims, okay? And this could also be people doing character assassinations and claiming people did something to them, okay? But I am seeing claims come in. And then, I see people breaking tradition here. And I feel like something comes up about somebody's etiquette. And they feel like they should have did something a different way than they did. They broke protocol, I feel like, or they're going to break protocol, and they're going to get, I feel like, reprimanded for it. They're going to say, hey, we have policies, we have systems in place, and if you're not doing that, it's a problem, okay? So I see a lot of conduct talk coming in, and I feel like this is on a government level here. But mind you, like I said, we have frame in the energy. So there's going to be a lot of people being framed here. A lot of people being told that they don't have class here. And speaking of class, I am picking up on students, university talk, and stuff like that. I've been picking up on students for a while here. Why? I don't know, but I'm seeing something coming in about students. I don't know if school is still in session, but if it is, it's under threat, okay? Because, like I said, mass shootings, mass bombings is what I'm seeing. Sports, football, we're going to hear news about that coming up in the next 1 to 3 days. And whatever I mentioned earlier could happen to a sports player as well, okay? But more specifically here, I'm seeing coming up about like sports and fitness, health and fitness and stuff like that here, working out, bench pressing and stuff like that is what I'm seeing here. Also, sports player relationships is also going to be highlighted. This could be a sports player wife making news over the next 1 to 3 days or so here. Okay, so it's going to be a wide range of different things. Now, here's one of the things that I see coming up. I see inaugurations for some reason and foundations here. But I also see something coming in about a marshal, people being court-martialed or something like this, martial law. I'm also seeing people being deployed. Okay, deploy is what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing something coming up about rank. So whoever that was that didn't follow protocol, this could be a military personnel of some sort here that can find themselves in trouble in some kind of way. I keep telling you that I see something about a cast, a sculpture, and stuff like that, carvings, printings. This is all in the energy. But I'm also seeing like accidents when it comes down to all arms, limbs being cut off, machine incidents. I'm seeing like farm, like big trucks falling over on people, okay? Big like things falling on people, so to speak, is what I'm seeing here. I'm also seeing, okay, I'm seeing stuff coming in about raw material and manufacturing. This could be talk about steel, talk about gold, because I am picking up on a lot of gold, a lot of metal. Here is coming up in the energy over the next 1 to 3 days or so. Here, see a lot of people suffering distress, wounds. I see somebody like giving people weapons, okay? They are giving people weapons. They're being armed with weapons here. I'm seeing, this could be somebody giving people weapons at a rally or something here. But I'm seeing a lot of hurt, a lot of harm, a lot of physical injury, a lot of pain, a lot of abuse, and violence, okay, over the next 1 to 3 days or so. So it's all coming up to a head here. I want to make sure I get the meat of this out. Somebody, initials KF. KF. This could be KF more, but KF. I'm getting something about KF. Okay. We'll hear something about KF in the news over the next 1 or 3 days or so. KF more or something like that. Okay. So, yeah. South Coast, tropical storms, seaport, something coming up about Portugal over the next 1 or 3 days or so. Here, these could be some places that the storms affect. I don't know, but that's just what I'm picking up here. I'm picking up, let's see. Okay. A lot of business energy coming in. Something about this German speaking woman here. So Germany is coming up in the energy. Here we're going to hear something coming in about Germany. And spices. Okay, spices. This could be like how the terrorists affect certain spices and stuff like that. But it could just be salt and pepper, okay? Because salt and pepper here, you know. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Okay, yes, he is, okay? So, that type of thing is what I'm picking up. Israel, in the Israeli-Romanian talk is what I'm seeing here as well. A lot having to do, flowers and pollination, bees, flowers and pollinations. That's what's going to be something highlighted in the news as well over the next 1 to 3 days or so. We're also going to be hearing stuff about flies, okay? Flies, or, there's going to be an increase in flies. I was telling you earlier about cutting back your animal's fur. I think that's what I was trying to say. Cut back your animal's fur as it starts to get hot here. All right, something coming in about drones. You're going to hear some kind of sound, some kind of noise, some kind of murmuring. And I feel like we're going to hear something in the news over the next 1 or 3 days about drones. And I see major scale things happening here. I see someone's not going to, I see like a mother, like something coming up about pulse, okay, pulse. Not being able to find a pulse, okay? I know this happens every day, but when I see it here, this means it's going to show up in the news in some kind of way that makes it unique to where I'm seeing like something coming up about pulse, pulsate, vibrate, okay? It's what I'm seeing. Also, something coming up in the news over the next 1 to 3 days about an unpleasant smell. Okay, unpleasant smell, and this could affect someone's HOA because I am seeing homeowners association being highlighted in the energy over the next 1 to 3 days or so. I'm also seeing something about hesitation here coming in, and theater. Okay, people being said that they are not professional. Okay, a lot of police activity, marches, hiking, patrolling. Asia, South Asia is being highlighted. Hamlet. Okay, so even ham, like pig, pork energy, I'm seeing something coming in about that Spartan army. And when I see Spartan army, I'm just thinking army. So we'll hear something about the news over the next 1 to 3 days or so. I am picking up on a, definitely it seems like they're going to take to the streets. I'm picking up on Japan, something coming in over the next 1 to 3 days about Japan. Okay, so I'm also seeing, I told you about like the journey. I'm seeing like something coming in about language as well. Okay, something coming in. Okay, I told you about that already. I'm seeing a lot of catastrophic events. Something about ancestors. Okay, and tradition. Okay, let me see. What else are we going to see over the news over the next 1 to 3 days or so here? Okay. Um, okay, like that. I told you about the professional athlete being honored. Okay, I see like it could be a professional athlete being honored because I am seeing someone getting their honors, like they're being honored, getting their flowers. Okay, so that's not bad. Somebody getting their flowers, good for you, boo. Here, I'm also picking up on something coming in about like electrical shocks and stuff like that. I'm still seeing that in the energy. Something coming up about electricity in itself, distance, faraway lands, and stuff like that. Like I said, I feel like there's somebody stranded somewhere. Okay, this is a good time for approval, although it seems like there's a lot of like negative, chaotic energy. Okay, I still see things being approved nonetheless for some people because, we're still in the energy from yesterday when I would tell you to go ahead and put in the applications or resumes and stuff like that. Okay, so, all right, so I'm seeing here people giving their I'm seeing excuses and reasons for doing things, and to them it makes sense. I'm seeing exchange and stock market talk over the next 1 or 3 days or so. So I feel like it's going to be, I feel like it could be like a fairly decent, like when it comes down to stocks. Since it's here, I feel like it's going to be like a busy week in stock markets as well, just like it was last week here. Here, let's see. I'm seeing still coming in about religious clergy, friars, monks. I still see things going on, so we'll hear that in the news over the next 1 to 3 days or so. Okay. Something coming in about like some kind of pipe. It could be like running a pipeline being coated or something like that. A pipeline being implemented, and it seems like it's going to be like a huge thing. I feel like here. Okay, planes falling from the sky. I told you about that, or something going on with the plane, because I am picking up on like something happening with a plane's wings or something along those lines here. Um, let's see. So it's not a good time to go out partying, and it's a good time to be at a house in the house at a decent hour today. I would not stay out late today here. I am also picking up on the Real Housewives. Here is what I'm seeing coming in. Something about the Real Housewives will start trending in the news as well over the next 1 to 3 days or so. Automatic weapons, okay? Automatic weapons. Okay, let's see here. All right, so satellites, we're going to hear more about satellites over the next 1 to 3 days or so. The last time I looked, when I said satellite, the last time they were talking about they monitoring the satellites, and stuff like that overseas to see if they're trying to rebuild or what they got going on with that. But yeah, I'm definitely seeing someone talk about supplying and providing people with weapons. Maybe there's talk about providing Ukraine with weapons or Gaza with weapons, but I'm seeing something coming in about weapons here. Okay. So I'm also seeing that there's going to be animal extinctions. Okay, so we see talk about animals extinction here over the next 1 or 3 days. China is coming in the energy here, so it could be China and German talk here. Dutch is what I'm seeing. A lot of German talk over the next 1 or 3 days as well. Okay. All right. So I'm seeing something coming in about memory, computer technology and stuff like that. More about computer technology. Um, here is that could be a name, but I'm seeing that coming in. A lot of talk about like it could be like self-driving cars here. Royal energy is in the energy again. Last time I said someone was hospitalized. If it was true, then I saw that it was Harry. And so I'm going to fact check that though and see if I can find it and share it. Okay, so here I'm seeing, yeah, stab incident, blade incident, propeller boat incidents, bodies being found in water, here, bones being found here. Okay, people stranded at sea, something coming in about, okay. Okay. And so I think working girls, prostitutes, police will be busting and raiding and stuff like that. We'll see news coming out up about that, human trafficking and stuff like that. I feel like it's going to be something we see that come up in the energy in the news over the next 1 or 3 days or so. Okay, so yeah, chemicals, a lot of chemicals here. Something coming up about somebody's mustache over the next 1 or 3 days or so. And that was a lot, but that's what I'm seeing. I love you. Kubla one. Hearts go out. You get a heart. You get a heart. You get a heart. Hearts go out. Hearts go out. Bye.